Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hero. What is the first thing that comes to your mind about heroes? Is it a struggle? Or a sacrifice? Or a kind of pride because we are already independent? This time, me, Febrina Dwita Saputri from Senior High School Al Islam Krian, will tell the story of a woman who played an important role in independence, especially in the world of education. But who is she? Is she Kartini? No. There are other women besides Kartini in the story of Indonesian education heroes. She is Dewi Sartika, a Sundanese woman born in 1884 who since childhood has been introduced to education by her family. Even though this is contradictory for a woman. Her teaching talent has grown since childhood because when she was in elementary school, she always played the role of a teacher while playing with her friends. Anyway, girls, after school, let's play pretend to be teachers and students. Okay. Dewi, do you wanna come? It's a good idea. So, who become the teacher? Of course you. As you know, we don't have anyone who can read and write as smart as you. Okay, I'll see you in the field, girls. Even though she is still considered a child, Dewi's thoughts are very wise. She uses her intelligence to teach her friends, especially for indigenous girls. As a teenager, Dewi began to teach reading and writing to local residents. Of course, discuss pros and cons, because in the past, indigenous girls were strongly opposed to education. Come on, Dewi, why teach people to read and write? Can you guarantee the only by reading we can eat? Yes, we can eat. You can't even do anything when this nation is free. You don't need to be afraid of being exiled or sentenced to death just for study. Don't be such a smart ass. What for Indonesian women having higher education? Because after all, in the end, they work in the kitchen, right? Why is that so? There is no regulation that indigenous women cannot go to school and work like a man. We all have the same rights and obligations as human beings. If all the women work, what will happen to the children? Who will take care of them? Indeed, we have to go to school so that we can educate our children to become the successor of a good nation. Don't you want to have children who are smart and reliable? Why is that hard to talk to you? You have to remember that we are Indonesian women, not Dutch. It's up to you, but I still teach people to keep learning. The insults from the residents didn't make Dewi's spirit fade. In fact, she was even more determined to build a school for indigenous women. On January 1904, Dewi Sartika succeeded in establishing her first school. Then the school was named the Wives' School because it was only for girls. After years of establishing the Wives' School, the Sundanese women have the same ideal as Dewi Sartika, which is to build a school for indigenous women. Dewi Sartika's activities turned out to be heard by the Dutch East Indies colonial government. An inspector had several times visited learning activities at Dewi Sartika's house. The man then offered Dewi Sartika to become the teacher at the Dutch Bumiputra school. Dewi Sartika actually refused the offer. She instead expressing her intention to establish her own school. Because of her persistence in teaching, Dewi Sartika was given a gift by the Dutch colonial government in the form of a new school building. And then, the name of the Wife Priority School was changed to Raden Dewi School. When the Dutch surrendered from Japan in March 1942, Raden Dewi School was taken over by the Japanese military government, and at the same time changed the name of the school to Schoolgirls Number 29. Not only Dewi Sartika, the old teachers were also dismissed and replaced with teachers from the Japanese government. Dewi-san, you can still teach hero, as long as you follow my rules. I don't want to. I will stay here if the curriculum is not changed and the school remains a women's school. Why do you bother teaching Indonesian women? They all have no future. Please watch your way of speaking, sir. I know, we're just Indonesian women. But it doesn't seem appropriate for a Japanese government who is honored and respected to say things like that. Isn't what I said true? What can Indonesian women be proud of? Their job is only to serve their husband. Serving husband. But we women also have dreams. What's wrong if we want to go to school and become educated people? Dreams? You're kidding. I'm not kidding, I'm serious. Watch your mouth. Okay, you can say what you want to say. But again, I say, you're just Indonesian women, which unworthy to be given high education. Now go. I don't want to see your face again. The school was closed because of the Bandung Lautan Api incident, which also caused Dewi Sartika to flee to several places. Dewi Sartika suffered from a serious illness that forced her to be hospitalized. But unfortunately, her life could not be saved. Dewi Sartika died at the age of 63 years. Dewi Sartika, a figure of a persistent woman who does not know the word surrender, has proven to all of us that education is very important. What a loss for us if we squander the opportunity to go to school. You never know how people in the past really wanted to be able to get an education. Now it's our turn to prove that education is important for both men and women. We, Indonesian people, are equal in education. That's all my story. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.